speaking about gold, the big news is Warren Buffett's new love for gold after the U.S. stock market closed yesterday.
If you buy an ounce of gold today and you hold it 100 years, you can go to it every day and you can coo to it and you can caress it and you can fondle it and 100 years from now you'll have 1 ounce of gold and it won't have done anything for you in between. If you buy 100 acres of farmland, it will produce for you every year. You can use that money to buy more farmland. You can do it, all kinds of things. For 100 years, it'll produce things for you, and you still have 100 acres of farmland at the end of the 100 years.
You know, not only is Buffett buying Barrick Gold, but if you look at what he's selling financials. He lightened up on all of his bank positions. He's basically doing what I already did. Right? What have I been telling people on my podcast? Get out of banks and buy gold stocks. In fact, that is the one thing that really differentiated my value fund. Buffett is doing it for Berkshire Hathaway. What's your excuse for not doing it for your money? So now, instead of people worrying about looking foolish for buying gold stocks, they're worried about looking foolish for not buying them. And of course, the risk is now gone, because if you go and buy gold stocks now and they go down, if it doesn't work out, you don't look that foolish, because after all, Warren Buffett did the same thing. And so if you're simply doing what Warren Buffett does, right, the oracle, right, he is the granddaddy. I mean, so if he has blessed this trade, well, then if somebody else makes the same trade, well, hey, I'm just doing the same thing as Warren Buffett, so don't get mad at me.
This may be a terrible thing to say, but one of my least favorite people on the media today is Warren Buffett. I mean, they call him the Oracle of Omaha, and that's the problem. It's not that he's not possibly the best investment manager in history, or that he's not an extremely wealthy and intelligent person. It's that we as human beings throughout history tend to deify people. We want somebody to be God, to tell us everything, the ultimate truth. And there is nobody, at least normal people, that can do that. And that's the problem here. Warren Buffett got so popular because he's the second richest guy in the United States, outside of maybe some drug dealers or something. And he has been so successful, but that does not make him an expert on everything. And people are listening to him as if he understands everything, and he does not.